We all know that the hollow hold is one of the most fundamental core moves out there. It's teaching us total core stability. From abs and obliques and lower back, they all get to work together in this move. But this is not just a one-off exercise. We can evolve this and grow it as we grow, and that's exactly what we're doing today in my garage for the Level Up, your MVP exclusive series that takes basic moves and shows you exactly how to advance them so that you can keep growing with your fitness even if you don't have weights. We're gonna show you how to advance the hollow hold, find new ways to create challenge, and all it's gonna do is carve your entire core that much more. So let's get to it. So the first thing we want to do is understand the basic hollow hold. Let's make sure we have mastery over that. The setup for these is nice and simple, but it takes a lot of focus and nuance to really understand it. We're going to start in this sort of egg position, really driving our lower back into the ground. Feel what it's like to pinch a bug under there. That never changes. That's your first obligation. Then I'm going to extend my legs as far as I can while keeping that lower back pinned to the ground. Extend my arms overhead as far as I can while keeping that lower back pin to the ground. Lower back pin to the ground is the first thing. The more I extend my arms, the more I extend my legs, the more basic challenge I create from an anti-extension standpoint. So live in this position for 30 seconds. Make sure you've got that head nice and relaxed. Once you can do that, we're gonna advance to the hollow rock, where I'm just creating a little bit of momentum, still making sure I keep that same core tension. Once you can hit 30 seconds there, you'll be ready for our next level up. So let's get prepped. So now we're gonna start to level things up, and we're gonna start by introducing weight. Now I'm gonna use a very light weight. That's all you're gonna need for this, a 5-pound plate, but this doesn't need to be a 5-pound plate. It can be a bottle of water you have around the house, a very heavy book, anything you want something light, because that's all we need to create challenge. Because the first challenge we're gonna create on this hollow hold is creating anti-extension. So all we're gonna do, we're gonna get in this hollow hold position, extend that weight back as far as we can. Make sure that we're looking at the ceiling. Keep your head nice and relaxed. And from there, we can rock. Again, still making sure that that first obligation is keeping our lower back pinned to the ground the entire time. Once you master that, you can hit 30 seconds of hold and rock. Then we start to get a little bit intriguing, and we're gonna hold our weight, whatever it is, in one arm. Now we're starting to get into a little bit of an anti-rotation idea. Our core, our job, is to keep hips and shoulders square to that ceiling the entire time. Never lose that, even though this weight is trying to tip me down to one side. So I've got to own this position with that weight, and that's our challenge. We're gonna live here for 30 seconds. Then we can do 30 seconds of rocks on that side. Do that on both sides. And now we're starting to incorporate challenge. We're really pushing our abs already to another level. Again, don't need a big weight. Master both of those. Make sure you can hit 30 seconds of hold, 30 seconds of rock. Do 2 sets of that on each side, and then you'll be ready for the next level. Now we're going to explore another idea that's super important, the idea of anti-rotation. Touched on it ever so slightly with the weight. Now let's work on it and make sure we can own it. We're gonna do this with only our body weight. So we're gonna go into that basic hollow hold position. Now we're gonna take one of our arms and I'm gonna put it out to the side. Now what we're doing here, we're creating this nice long lever that's gonna try to force us down to one side, but we've gotta make sure that we stay nice and level throughout the course of this. So we've got one lever pulling us into anti-extension, one lever pulling us into anti-rotation. Can we maintain total core control? You've got to own this hollow body position for 30 seconds. Then you want to be able to give me 30 seconds of rocks. Do that. 2 sets on each side. Make sure you've really mastered the position. Your core is going to be on fire. My core is already on fire because we're starting to hit that anti-rotation idea. We're starting to master that. It's going to give you abs of steel. So let's keep leveling this up. We've attacked anti-extension, we hit anti-rotation. Now let's learn to create rotation with our core, and let's learn to make that total body rotation with stability. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit the tipping hollow rock. And the way this works, I'm trying to lift one of my glutes off the ground, one of my shoulder blades off the ground, and my entire side of my abs and my spine. So all of the tension lives in this line of my rectus, my obliques on here. I've got to maintain all that stability and still stay nice and long. We can tip back and forth, or we can just hold this hollow body position Hold this for 30 seconds, the tension will rock you. Once you can do this, we're gonna tip back and forth for 30 seconds. Again, forcing your abs to create a different brand of stability. Same deal here. I want you to be able to get 2 sets for me. Make sure you can own on those 2 sets, 30 seconds of hollow body hold with that tipping principle, and then 30 seconds of tipping hollow rock. Once you can do that, you'll be ready for our final level. Now let's put it all together. Let's get the ultimate level up here, and let's start to integrate some lower back strengthening too. We're gonna go from a hollow body hold into what's called a gator roll. This is a total core move that you're not gonna realize it looks too fun to be a core move. So let's check out our final level up and how this works. So we start in that good hollow body position. Gotta make sure to own it. What we're gonna do, I wanna roll, this is the gator roll, without letting my arms or legs touch the ground. Into that Superman position, landing right in that Superman position. Now I've gotta use all my ab strength to flip back over, trying to use as little hand and thigh as possible. Again, working to not let my legs touch the ground, and then I'll go into 5 hollow rocks. 2, 3, 4, 5, flip into the Superman. You want to flip both ways when you're doing this. I'm just going to do it one for the sake of explaining. Working to get that flip is hard, but that's part of the challenge. Work back and forth between those two ideas. I want you to be able to get sets of, say, 30 to 40 seconds. When you can do 2 sets of that, make sure you're rolling both ways. Do 1 set one way, 1 set the other way. You'll have a full core workout, working in, again, a really unique fashion, hitting everything on those gator rolls, and really getting that total core stability that you need. So that's your ultimate level up. Go try it out.